Good morning. It's day 25 in the video series. Today's going to be a short video. We're going to be talking about skewed vision. And in the book, on page 76, if you have one like I have, it's going to give you 4 scriptures. And there's only one thing that I know of that will help with skewed vision. Let me talk to you about what that is. We've talked about this a little bit before in the videos where you see yourself one way. I have a friend that sees herself as fat and ugly. Absolutely not the truth. People with eating disorders often see themselves differently. And I hate to tell this story because it's so sad, but we didn't know any better. But when I was a teenager, there was a girl who we heard, she was a real thin girl anyway. We heard that she had been getting treatment for anorexia. That was a very foreign thing. And some of the boys were talking about it and they're like, yeah, she thinks she's fat. We're like, no way. No way she thinks she's fat. So when she walks down the hallway, one of the boys said, you know you're fat. And she went, yeah, I know. Something like that. I can't remember their exact verbiage. And then so the boys turn to us and they just go, see, she thinks she's fat. I never knew until years later what that could have contributed to her, but it was all twisted up here in the mind. One of the women I knew with anorexia, she not only did the rules and punishing herself, but she would tell me, I am grossly fat. Now, there can be other things going on, but when it comes to things where there's a lying spirit, where there are lies that they've believed as well as skewed vision, there's one thing for a believer I know, and that is getting eyes off of self and getting eyes onto the Lord. And there's some scriptures, Psalm 19:14, Psalm 139, 1 through 4. And literally, after you take your thoughts captive, the first thing is you have to be willing to believe that you may have the wrong view. And sometimes, for some reason, that would seem like it would be an exciting thing to go, oh, I was wrong all along. But oftentimes, people are so fearful, hurt, and afraid because they think it's too good to be true. There are plenty of people who think they're ugly and they're not. Even in our culture, it's kind of taboo to say, I know that I'm pretty. There's nothing prideful in that if you know that you're pretty. It's when you become puffed up and have that spirit of pride that's an issue. But what's wrong with saying, I do have a nice figure? So this session today is going to be talking about any area where you have your view on you, your lacks, your inabilities, whether you're too skinny, all you see is a beanpole. If when you look in the mirror, all you see is something that depresses you, that makes you hate you, that makes you nauseated, that makes you not want to eat, that makes you want to punish yourself, any of those things, then there's an issue. And what you have to do is get your eyes off of that, get your eyes on the Lord, and ask Him, how do you like that? Ask Him how He sees you. What does He want to see? Now listen, this goes on out even when I had lost the first, 80 pounds, when I looked in the mirror, I did not see someone that had lost 80 pounds most of the time. Sometimes I could look in the mirror and go, oh, that looks different. But for the most part, my vision still held toward the 300-pound woman. And I literally had to begin praying and ask God to change that perspective. Okay, so the lesson for today, get God's perspective, get focused on Him. And if you have any of these issues where you feel compelled to hurt yourself, you feel compelled to hate yourself, you feel compelled to be depressed when it comes to you, refocus on Jesus. That's going to help those skewed thoughts. And be willing today to say, okay, God, if I have skewed thoughts in any way, twisted thoughts in any way, show me. The Spirit of truth will come in and set you free from that. And so my prayer today is, God, send in your truth. no matter what truth that it is that needs to be sent in, and illuminate them with your glory. And it is the truth. They will know the truth, and the truth will set them free. In Jesus' name.